Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of 30 NSG. On today's show, we're going to be talking about 5 years after trying for a Valve Counter-Strike moment with Fortnite, Epic Games Store isn't turning a profit. But before I get to this article, if you like what we do here, please make sure you share, like, subscribe. We do these shows Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning to about noon Eastern. We have a good time talking back and forth with the chat, so if you like that, come on by. We might be live right now. We're trying to get to 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so if you could hit that subscribe button, it would be very thankful. All right, so let's get into it. So 5 years after trying for Valve Counter-Strike moment with Fortnite, the Epic Games Store still isn't turning a profit. So Epic's quest to see half the tech industry in court has put executives in witness stand again. This time, the case is an Epic versus Google trial, and the executive, Steve Allison, is generally the general manager of the Epic Games Store, who's testified yesterday via The Verge, that the PC storefront continues to generate no profit for the company for 5 years after December of 2018 launch. Now, Epic sued Google all the way back in 2020 in an attempt to get out the paying of the 30% cut, and the company takes from the transactions of Android's Google Play Store apps like Fortnite. Now, the trial had its first day in court yesterday, and Allison took to the stand in order to give the court a bit of detail about the Epic Games Store, particularly about the 12% cut usually leaves on the companies who sell their games there. Doesn't that make Google, Apple, and Valve look very greedy indeed? Now, certainly the message of Epic hoped to get across anyway, but amidst the barrage of questions, Allison happened to mention that 5 years from Epic Games Store launch, the store isn't turning a profit. Now, its goal is still growth, Allison told the court. Now, no doubt scads of cash of Epic will make from Fortnite and Unreal Engine's licensing helps plug the hole of the Epic's financials, but its affirmation that the better or worse, Valve still rules the PC game storefront roost in 2023. No wonder they came crawling back to Steam. Now, to be clear, this isn't a dire news for Epic. In fact, it's usually all according to the company's plan, at least outwardly 2 years ago, as part of Epic's court case against the other major mobile platforms holder. Apple will learn the way of Fortnite Studios and had poured $500 million into the Epic Game Store with no expectations of profit until 2027. We also learned in 2021 that Epic had spent over $1 billion on exclusives on the Epic Game Store to practice, which shows no sign of easing up. Now, so the writer says, I guess Epic plans to make no money from its game store, is going off without a hitch. And congratulations to the company for that, right? Because they said, we're not going to make profit at least until 2027. So they're still on track with that. So congratulations. Still, even the expectations as low as that, he says, I can't help but wonder how well the EGS is living up to Epic's hope for it. When Allison reached out to the former Epic boss, Paul Meag, and talked about the excited that he was to work with the Epic Games Store, he mentioned that Fortnite blowing up definitely was created a potential Valve Counter-Strike moment. In other words, Fortnite's popularity looked to Allison like we could also leverage to vacuum up PC storefront market share, just as like Counter-Strike popularity helped Valve do it with 2 decades ago. Now, Steam is pretty ripe in disruption, wrote Allison and Meag, saying Epic could take 20 to 30% paid digital PC market share like nobody else can. Epic claimed that 15% of the market share for Epic Games Store last year, so maybe things are going to just fine. But in my experience, pretty much no one uses the client and their storefront of choice. And the app is you also launch to grab a free game and then likely won't ever play before going back to Steam. So let me give you my thoughts. So Epic Games Store I thought was really funny when it first came out because they didn't even add a shopping cart. You could only buy one thing at a time. There was no shopping cart. You couldn't do a lot of things. And they basically decided to make the launcher like a video game. Broke, buggy, unfinished when it comes out. They were making money hand over fist over on Fortnite and didn't really care about anything else. They just saw, let's throw money against the wall and see what sticks. So they had all these ideas. They wanted to get 30% of the market from Valve just because their name was Epic, because they made Fortnite, and that's pretty laughable, right? I love how Epic itself is trying to make itself like they're the rebels in Star Wars, and they're trying to go against the evil empires because of their 30% against Google, against Apple, and all other companies, right? But really, they're just another person trying to become the empire themselves. They've spent so much money on the Epic Games Store, billions of dollars to try to get these games. But really, when you go to the launcher, it's almost like, you know when you left something, like, I don't know, maybe out in your garage, and you're like, oh, I need to get spare batteries for this controller. Where are the batteries? They're in the garage, like, I'll get it later. Like, you don't care because you don't want to walk across your house to go get the batteries to fix the thing. You're just like, screw it. I'm not going to go to the Epic Game Store. I'm just going to stay on Steam. I'll play something else, right? Nobody cares about the Epic Game Store. Literally, people go up there, grab the free game, and then they move on with their lives. They're like, I can't remember the last time I logged into Epic Game Launcher. I can't remember. I actually think it's got to be like 2 years. I think it's 2 years, and I forget the game I played. But I don't even log in to get the free games. I think it's funny that Epic spends this much money and makes no profit to 2027. Now, I kind of want to correlate this a little bit with what Microsoft is doing, right? With Microsoft with Game Pass, people are like, well, they're not making a profit, but they are making a profit, but they're making very little at this time, per se, okay? Epic is going now on 5 years. They haven't turned a profit, and they're not going to turn a profit for another 3 more years, which will be 8 years total. And they're okay with this because they're making so much money off of Fortnite, okay, that they don't care that they're losing money over here. They're just trying to stay alive until they make it. Fake it till you make it, okay? With Game Pass, they're making money, and maybe they don't make all the money, but they're making a crap ton of money. And they make money from other places to clog the hole, as the reporter said, for Epic, because one's making money and the other one's losing money. But this one makes way more money, and they can, satisfy this for a bit. And right now, Xbox is doing the exact same thing. They'll lose for a couple of years just so that 8th year down the road that they're making tons of cash. So I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below in live chat. When's the last time you played the Epic Game Store? And do you like the Epic Launcher more than you like Steam? Or is Steam just that cozy, sweater on a winter's eve? You're just like, I'm comfortable, right? I'm not going to go to something else because I can get all the stuff I want over here. And if it's a game that's exclusive for Epic, probably weren't interested in anyway. Let me know in the comment section down below. These are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.